Welcome to the Phil Paleologus Show. With updates and breaking news from the WBSM newsroom and on the WBSM app. And your calls and conversation at 508-996-0500. Here he is, New Bedford's #1 talk show host, WBSM's Morning Mayor, Phil Paleologus.
Let me refill that coffee cup. Off we go. We're going to have a great day. Kate, thank you for, you always put up with my antics.
Same for you. Sometimes I show up late for the half hour. I rush in, panic in my eyes. And Phil just rolls with it.
That's it. All right. In 10 years from now, will we remember that moment? No.
I don't know. Maybe. I've got a couple of gray hairs.
Oh, my goodness. We're all awaiting 2023.
That's right.
And that's the best news yet. At 9 minutes after 7 o'clock, as Kate and I warmly welcome you in. For some of you, it'll be saying goodbye and then slamming the door shut. And for others, it will be hello. And finally, now I'd be remiss if I didn't put a little spin on this story. As you well know, the Republicans lost this last election, and Governor Baker is saying goodbye, and Governor-elect Healy is saying hello. So I didn't put any of this down. I just wanted to tell you from the top of my head, I'm very happy that Baker is leaving with a sky-high popularity. Sky high. Now, there's a reason for this, and I don't let any of the critics even interfere with my thinking. He earned that. He found out how to make friends. He worked well with others. He understands communication. You bet. Charlie Baker is he is a very popular governor, but I can see why. The most popular in all the nation. And he's still going to be making headlines because, well, you just might need to read more ESPN to get your Baker news fix once he becomes the NCAA, or is it NCAA, president.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
What do you say? Do you say NCAA? Yeah, I mostly do that too. 35 degrees. Yes. Gorgeous sunrise. Here we go. Another day, Thursday, the 29th. And whose birthday is today? I won't say his name because I'm not sure, but he was a former employee here who's on his way to stardom. Today is the 29th Taylor's birthday. I do that with my own family members. That's what I think of. Taylor and Jess and Harrison, and some good news coming down the road. 7:11. That's the time we have on our clock, tick-tocking away. As we thank you, and we also thank all of our wonderful sponsors for staying with us and for believing in, it's a simple philosophy. You have a radio station in the center of a community, and you use it to the community's best will.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
By the way, that's also the philosophy at Cottage Street Motors. As you have heard, if you haven't, just terribly sad news that Ray from the Cottage Street Motors, Ray and Sue, Ray has passed away, and now we are just caressing Sue in our prayers, in our support. These are not easy days for anybody. Yesterday somebody was saying, how do you, break from a relationship that was 65 years in the making? And I'm talking about somebody else, not Ray, but, 65 years. It's like they grew up together. They grew in life together. So how we deal with grief is a personal thing, but for all who are experiencing, my prayers are with you.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Good morning. Many times when I talk about Paul Chiasson, you hear why I rave about him, how passionately he does his thing, whether it's a new color for your home, inside your home, or whether it's blinds. Yeah, they have blinds there. They have wallpaper at his store. Not only that, but furniture placement he can help you with. Room design. He walks into a room and looks around, and he already can plan most of what that room is going to look like, and it ain't going to be what it looks like now. And if you want to see any of these blinds or treatments or anything like that, go by their store. Browse and ask for a little bit of a guidance. He, of course, has the best consulting firm around when it comes to interior design. And that's why I wanted to mention, if you're remodeling your bathroom or your kitchen, he can do that too. And it can be opened for private appointments, meaning if you would like to meet with him in private at his wonderful little store that is chock filled with the most fascinating accessories. Oh my God. It's like spending hours that will pass so fast because he has so many wonderful, unique, one-of-a-kind items, that you want to maybe put on the wall or something like that. He really is extraordinary. Paul Chiasson, who wishes one and all a very happy, a very healthy 2023.
He's Phil Paleologos. He's the morning mayor. He's dependable, like the all-new Ford F-150. Test drive one today at Wareham Ford, 1420 WBSM. Howie Carr.
A holiday weekend. Just remember, Monday is a day off, so you can include that in sleeping a little later or whatnot. Speaking of which, are you still in bed? Come on, it's 7:18.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Our workforce needs work. I'm Holly Robinson Pete. Many of you might not know this, but my 22-year-old son has autism.
So do I. My name is Kevin Valdez, and my intellectual difference makes me the passionate actor that I am.
And I'm Mackenzie Cohen, a Paralympian with a developmental difference. Did you know that 97% of HR professionals say that employees with disabilities perform the same or better than their peers without disabilities? Yet still, the differently abled face so many employment challenges in this country.
It is time we start building a workforce that works for all. A workforce that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable for those with intellectual differences.
And for those with developmental differences, too.
A workforce that recognizes that our greatest strengths lie in our differences.
It is time we hire inclusively.
Join us, Delivering Jobs and the SHRM Foundation, in creating pathways to 1 million jobs and leadership opportunities. Please visit deliveringjobs.org.
Breaking New Bedford news alerts appear right on your phone screen. It's the WBSM app.
I got the app.
And it's powered by Flagship Insurance. 1420 WBSM.
Did you go by Sunrise yet? Did you put in your order? Because, New Year's is here. So just depend on Sunrise. I love those folks. Manny and staff, the whole family, your bakery, your business has some of the best food ever. When it comes to your baked goods, extraordinary. Have you tried their gingerbread? Oh, my God. I'll tell you what, you have a true winner with that gingerbread. Folks, it is so good, and it's hard to find gingerbread. They have, maple walnut. They have peppermint swirl. One bite, and you'll say, ooh, Phil was right. And soup, they have soups on Thursdays and Fridays. And remember, it's New Year's, so they're going to have less hours because of the holiday, and they're going to be closed on Monday. So keep that in mind. Everything's different. So they're going to, give you the exact time. So stay positive, stay happy. And they're saying that it's too late to put in your order. You know what? If you go down and ask Manny to bake something, I'm sure he will. That's the kind of person he is at Sunrise Bakery. That's the kind of business. When I say that enhances a community, you can give that award to Sunrise Bakery and Coffee Shops.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Phil, call it in not only incompetence, but incompetence that costs all of us. It's not good, folks. We have public servants who are being warned, for instance, about this fiasco, and ignore it. So what can you do when you have public servants like that? They ignore good information, and away we go. You see the fiasco. Pete Buttigieg was that person who ignored state attorneys general, their warnings about this holiday season. Shame on him.
Phil Paleologos. He's smart and he's got style, like the all-new Ford Fusion. Take your test drive today at Wareham Ford, 1420 WBSM.
I have loved Coastal Dermatology. Now it's called AP Derm Coastal Dermatology. Ever since I first met Dr. Deborah Chappelle. You'll see what I mean when you meet this wonderful doctor as well, who has been in practice for over 20 years. And if you have something that you want to get rid of, whether it be rosacea or acne or warts or anything like that, or if you see something not too kosher, just give them a call, all right? 508-388-1051. And I had that happen to me. I had this growth, and I thought it wasn't cancer. I thought it was something else, and I was proven wrong. Yeah, it was. So away we go with not only raves, but maybe you can get your skin checked in 2023 and start off the year right. That's AP Derm Coastal Dermatology. And I also want you to know that they are conveniently located at Route 177 and Route 88. A beautiful, beautiful building there. Board certified dermatologist, Dr. Deborah Chappelle, and she does treatments in skin cancers, lesions, removal of things like warts, and also doing cosmetic procedures like Botox and Kybella and Juvederm and Radiesse and Bellatero and medical grade peels. They're the best. So Leslie Ware, she's your consultant there. Dr. Deborah Chappelle, you are our consultant at AP Derm Coastal Dermatology.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Our workforce needs work. I'm Holly Robinson Pete. Many of you might not know this, but my 22-year-old son has autism.
So do I. My name is Kevin Valdez, and my intellectual difference makes me the passionate actor that I am.
And I'm Mackenzie Cohen, a Paralympian with a developmental difference. Did you know that 97% of HR professionals say that employees with disabilities perform the same or better than their peers without disabilities? Yet still, the differently abled face so many employment challenges in this country.
It is time we start building a workforce that works for all. A workforce that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable for those with intellectual differences.
And for those with developmental differences, too.
A workforce that recognizes that our greatest strengths lie in our differences.
It is time we hire inclusively.
Join us, Delivering Jobs and the SHRM Foundation, in creating pathways to 1 million jobs and leadership opportunities. Please visit deliveringjobs.org.
This is the Morning Mayor. Morning Mayor. Phil Paleologos on New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM.
Good morning, police. A hazmat crew and a rescue team responded to a Bristol County hotel last night. It was around 7 o'clock when they arrived at Mary's Motor Lodge. It's located on Fall River Avenue in Seekonk. And police there stated that the officers who responded did see a person overdosing, and officers provided medical aid until rescue personnel got there. The room was cleared by hazmat. And according to the chief there, officers were not exposed to the fentanyl, to the drugs. And that is a huge problem, folks, this fentanyl, what it's doing. Unbelievable. So we have enough on our plates, don't we, for 2023? You know, I hope that the looting that's going on in Buffalo doesn't carry over. Is that incredible? Huh? After all that town city has been through, now you're going to get looting?
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and then the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. I think the reality just hit me, and it kind of hit me all at once. I had started to cry, and her doctor came in, Dr. Brennan came in, and just didn't even say anything, sat down beside me, and hugged me and held me while I was literally sobbing. And she just said, "It's gonna be okay. We don't have to worry anymore. The treatment worked and we've saved her eye." This place has been such a blessing for us. There's no way we could have paid for treatment back home if we had to. We can come here and we can just solely focus on taking care of her and helping her heal.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I was saddened to hear that your father's mustache, a very popular barbershop here in New Bedford, is planning on closing up. That according to Buddy Andreed, who invites you to a very important meeting this afternoon between 4 and 7 at the Verdians Hall on Purchase Street to discuss and get more information about how they're going to redo Tabor's Wharf. All right, you may have questions or you just may want to find out what's going on there. And today is the day to do that. We have Andrew Saunders, who's going to be on hand. He has a lot of information. He's in charge of part of this redevelopment. So remember the meeting, 4 to 7 o'clock. There's, by the way, going to be music and food. It's going to be an event and a place where you can find out more.
Meet Bob Minetti. In 2016, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Bob participated in a clinical trial that included cutting-edge radiation therapy and surgery. He's been in remission since completion. I'm Keisha Sharp. Since losing my mother to pancreatic cancer, I've been working to share the kind of state-of-the-art work being done by Stand Up to Cancer and Lustgarten Foundation. To learn more about the latest research, including clinical trials, visit pancreaticcancercollective.org.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
1420 WBSM can now be heard on 99.5 FM.
And you know what? You also can hear at 99.5 FM and 1420 AM is the Howie Carr Show, weekday afternoons 3 to 7 right here. And if you simply go to HowieCarrShow.com, put your name and email in, you'll be notified first about Howie's Cheap Bastard specials, all right? You can enter for a chance to win other things. They give away great prizes, but go to HowieCarrShow.com. Click it on, and you'll see Howie's Cheap Bastards. All you have to do is enter your name and email. Howie, good morning. It's so good to have you on as we say goodbye to 2022.
Thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm off this week, but you can listen to Taylor Cormier at 3 o'clock on WBSM.
Yes, and we're honored that he did a great job yesterday, that you're here with us. Do you know, I don't know this, what does it mean to be Jew-ish?
I don't know. You know, Phil, I think my column tomorrow, I'm going to nominate that guy, Santos, for a Profile in Courage Award for having the courage as a Republican to campaign as a Democrat.
Check out to see if he's a Mensa graduate, though. He may be Mensa.
I like the Republican district attorney. She's quoted in the New York Post today as saying, a politician shouldn't be allowed to lie like this. Really? Really?
That's what I love about this, the hypocrisy, everything.
I know. You know, it would be one thing if there was a single standard. You might have some grounds to stand on that this guy should be run out of office. But I mean, why is he being held to any kind of different standards than all the Democrats? You know, I mean, do we have to go over everything? I mean, in this state, you have to fake Indian, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, and John Kerry, you know, what year did he run in the Boston Marathon? When did he track it? When did he hunt down that elusive 24-point buck on the Cape? You know. I mean, all this stuff is just the Nang Dick in Connecticut next door, right?
Yep, absolutely right.
I mean, what about Ilhan Omar? I mean, there are credible accusations that she married her own brother. Are you allowed to marry your own brother to commit immigration fraud?
Is that amazing? What a story that is, too. Unbelievable. Well, hey.
And they get away, and they're all angry about it. I'm sure Chuck Todd, no one watches him, but you know, he used to work for this guy named Tom Harkin, the senator from Iowa, I mean, he was like a cargo plane pilot during Vietnam, but he elevated himself to being a combat pilot.
Yeah.
How about Hillary Clinton, the hero of Tuzla? I guess it is. Yeah. You know, she was under fire. Remember her? Oh. All these people were under fire. Biden was under fire. How about Barack Obama? You know, he always, the whole birther thing, that he was born in Kenya. You know how that started, Phil.
He wrote it.
Somebody put that. He did. I mean, he obviously knew it. They were trying to sell his first stupid memoir or autobiography, and they put down that he was born in Kenya. That's how the Hillary Clinton people got it.
And now, Howie, Michelle has revealed that she couldn't stand her husband, Barack, while their children were...
I can't hear you, Phil.
And can you hear me now?
No, I really can't. Let me call you right back, okay?
Okie dokie. All right. 9960500. This board here is going crazy on me again. So let's see if we can get Howie back at 9960500. And there we go. Howie, how's that?
Hello?
Hello? Is that better?
No, it's not actually.
All right. So I'm going to call you in just 1 minute. All right. We have a technical problem right here, and it'll just take me 60 seconds. Don't go away, folks. Howie's coming right back.
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and then the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. I think the reality just hit me, and it kind of hit me all at once. I had started to cry, and her doctor came in, Dr. Brennan came in, and just didn't even say anything, sat down beside me, and hugged me and held me while I was literally sobbing. And she just said, "It's gonna be okay. We don't have to worry anymore. The treatment worked, and we've saved her eye." This place has been such a blessing for us. There's no way we could have paid for treatment back home if we had to. We can come here and we can just solely focus on taking care of her and helping her heal.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and then the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. I think the reality just hit me, and it kind of hit me all at once. I had started to cry, and her doctor came in, Dr. Brennan came in, and just didn't even say anything, sat down beside me, and hugged me and held me while I was literally sobbing. And she just said, "It's gonna be okay. We don't have to worry anymore. The treatment worked, and we've saved her eye." This place has been such a blessing for us. There's no way we could have paid for treatment back home if we had to. We can come here and we can just solely focus on taking care of her and helping her heal.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
WBSM isn't just a broadcast, it's also a podcast. Get all of our podcasts at WBSM.com, the WBSM app, or just search WBSM on your favorite podcast provider.
It was a normal day.
He was in some minor accident, a fender bender.
And I had this impulse to call him, but I didn't, because I thought I could call him later that week.
He abandoned the car, he came home, and he shot himself without ever talking to anyone.
When I came home that night and I found her, they told me that she had shot herself, and I couldn't believe it.
I asked if he was okay.
Shooting is unfortunately effective. There are not a lot of second chances.
Once you pull that trigger, that's it. There is no coming back.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. By storing our guns safely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org.
Take the Morning
Brought to you
Mayor
by
wherever
Brady
you
and Yak.
go. Download the WBSM app.
All righty. Howie, are we together again? Yes?
Yes, I think we are, yeah.
Good. We were talking about some of the, are they called mistruths or lies, or what are we calling these things that are actually Joe Biden is guilty of, right? How many lies did he give out?
Well, I mean, every day there's another, whether he says that wages are growing up faster than inflation, or that he's an Italian, or that he went to the synagogue on Sunday, when he after Mass, when he lived in the Puerto Rican neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, look at all the Democrats with their fake friends. He's got Corn Pop. Cory Booker has T-Bone. Barack Obama, the guy who was born in Kenya till he wasn't born in Kenya. He has his composite girlfriend. I mean, all these people. Now that I think about it, Hillary Clinton, not only was she a hero of that, came under fire.
Right.
She had Jewish grandparents. So no one ever made a big deal out of that. She was going to keep kosher. I still remember that story.
Yep.
She was going to keep kosher at the White House when they were elected.
Yep. How about?
I mean, all this. They're allowed to do it, though. It doesn't matter. They can get away with it.
How about Biden graduating in the top half of his class at Syracuse College of Law?
He was admitted to the Naval Academy, but he didn't want to embarrass Roger Staubach and Joe Bellino.
Let me get the numbers here. Howie, he was 76th in a class of 85. 76.
And he was the first Biden in 1,000 generations to go to college, but his grandfather was an All-America football player at Santa Clara. Now, all of that was a lie. Everything about that was maybe his grandfather he was not an All-America at Santa Clara.
He's
or anywhere else.
Yeah, I know it. All kinds of lies and whatnot. So this is why it's.
How about the laptop is my son's laptop is Russian disinformation. He said that during the debate.
That he never spoke to Hunter about family business? Hell yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, his son died in Iraq.
Did you know that he was raised by Puerto Ricans?
I did know that, as a matter of fact. He was raised that was before he became the first black student at the first white student at Delaware State.
I can't take this.
At the same time he was the first white student at Delaware State, he was also a starting running wide receiver for the University of Delaware football team.
Yeah. Yep. Now, do you remember a year ago when he said inflation is, did he say temporary or whatever the hell it was, Howie?
Yeah, it's temporary.
Oh, wow. You know what? Headlines all over the place. How about when he told the Washington Post he traveled 17,000 miles with the president of China? The Post, by the way, gave him 3 Pinocchios.
I see too that the Boston Globe is demanding an investigation of all of his lies. I mean, at what point does a newspaper have to resign for lying? I mean, do the names Mike Barnacle, Kevin Cullen, Patricia Smith, Jason Blair come to mind? Remember when the Globe ran the story about the picture saying that they had pictures of an American soldier in Iraq raping a woman against a tank, and it turned out they put it on the Metro front, and it turned out it was a porn picture.
Absolutely. How about back in when did he get? He was arrested for trying to see Nelson Mandela in South Africa.
That's right. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
How many Pinocchios do you need? Unbelievable, huh?
I know. It would be one thing if they said, if the Democrats just said, well, this is a problem for Republicans and let them handle it. But, and just kind of, take the hit and let them get away with it because they have so many greater problems in their own caucus. But no, they just have to go out there and pretend like they're purer than the driven snow.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
It is.
I mean, it happens every week, but this is a particularly amusing example of it, I think,
I
so
love
egregious.
it. I love it, especially when Trump already he made all of this stuff public, and they poo-pooed him, and yet when this guy does it, this is different. Isn't it amazing, Howie? Isn't it sad? I think that's what people hate about politics, really.
You know, the other thing that's sad is this guy is out on Long Island. I mean, this is a pretty big, a pretty big area, with the largest metropolitan area in the country, if you want to put it in New York, and nobody picked up on this. I mean, this is how pathetic the press has become. But all they care about is going after Donald Trump.
Yep.
I mean, they didn't have any reporters that were working on this story. Apparently,
Yep.
they just were. Everyone was just checking out the raid on Mar-a-Lago and the January 6th committee. No one bothered to do any actual legwork on a local politician.
Work.
I mean, this is the breakdown of local journalism as well. You know, that's another indication of what's going on here.
Absolutely. I don't know. When did we get 54 states? Am I sleeping under a rock or something? 50.
Who said that?
He did. He did. Biden.
Oh, that's right. Biden said 54 states. Right. Yeah. And but that's down. I mean, that's down because Obama thought there were 57 states.
But Biden visited each and every one of the 54. Unbelievable. Well,
yeah.
Howie,
I know.
There's a lot of things. Next year.
I mean, this guy, Santos, I mean, he's a real sleazy guy. But, I mean, again, how is he any different than any of the other ones?
I'm willing to bet there's something behind curtain number 2 that will be revealed soon. I just have a sense of this is the kind of story because there's a criminal investigation. What do you think that's going to produce? I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, what
exactly.
what kind of crime is it? They're saying that this is, that Joe Biden is just doing the usual BSing, and this guy is like some kind of horrible person. But he also said the latest one they got him on is he said he went to Horace Mann, which is this exclusive prep school in New York City.
Yeah,
and of course he didn't have anything to do with that.
I went to PS 115, named after Horace Mann in Manhattan. If you had one story, just one story for 2022, what would it be?
I don't know. I guess it would just be the continuing, deterioration of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whether it's just the corruption, maybe the southern border, just the fact that the Democrats are all in on wrecking the country, and that's what this is all about.
Absolutely. I think it's about swimming in money. Where the hell did that come from? And where are the workers? This is, there's a lot of questions here. I think it goes deeper than hypocrisy. But I think it also defines Biden and his lying policy. So there we go. Are we going to do a little reading with Michelle Obama, Howie, saying that she couldn't stand Barack while their children were young?
I can't stand her anytime, so I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll be reading any of her stuff. I don't think anybody reads any of these Barack Obama, Michelle Obama books.
No, you know what they do? They have like either a union or a group go out and buy like thousands. Thousands. And they say, "Oh, bestseller."
Yeah.
You know what, Howie? I mean this from my heart. You're the best. Thank you so much for joining us each and every week here at 1420. We really, really appreciate it. The response we get is extraordinary. And
well, that's good. I'm glad. And,
yes.
I'm looking forward to being on WBSM in 2023 for another year. And I love being on the station.
Thank you so very, very much. And give our best wishes to the wonderful manager of that great room. Give Kathy our best. Would you do that, Howie?
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
You betcha. Howie Carr.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Howie Carr, ladies and gentlemen.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app. WBSM.
A few minutes, it's going to be 8 o'clock. How you doing? You going to work? You just listening? It's great to have you with us during this long, long holiday weekend. Well, it looks like the Long Island liar, George Santos, is now under criminal investigation. So these fabrications, I think Howie is spot on. These inconsistencies, they may be ethically stunning. I don't know if they are against the law. If he violated the law somehow, on the ethical side, there's a whole lot we could do. But Santos will be gone by the end of his term. And well before then, he should resign, according to Representative Richie Torres, a Democrat from New York State. So there you go. They can't find his record on a lot of things. I want you to keep in mind that the president claimed in 2021, so it was just last year, a couple of years ago, and he was in Idaho when he made this claim that his first job offer was from a local lumber and wood products business, Boise Cascade. So the company said, we don't have any record of Biden's claim.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Free healthcare. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. Choose VA and see why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov.